Hello everyone, Johnny Thunder, EAS&Weather here with an update to the Day 1 severe weather outlook. For a large part, everything has remained the same for a large part. Everything has remained the same for a large part. However, the main change was to add 2 enhanced risk areas for today. One main change was to add 2 areas of enhanced risk areas for today. One covering East Central Colorado, and another covers South Central Nebraska and parts of Kansas. Alright, cities in the enhanced risk areas today include Topeka, Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, Salina, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas, and Emporia, Kansas. Okay? And there's still the slight risk area that remains unchanged. Okay? And the 2 margins here remain largely unchanged. However, as of the midday update, the SPC has slightly expanded this marginal risk to include more of West Central Texas. Alright? Cities in today's slate include Denver, Colorado, Kansas City, Missouri, Aurora, Colorado, Overland Park, Kansas, and Kansas City, Kansas. And cities in the 2 marginals today include Colorado Springs, Colorado, Wichita, Kansas, St. Louis, Missouri, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Lubbock, Texas. So going to the tornado threat here, if that changed, so for a large part, the tornado threat remains the same for a large part, alright? So, hold on. Yeah, there's the 2% tornado risk here that remains largely unchanged. I think it got expanded though eastward. The 2% tornado risk pretty much got expanded a little bit, I think. And the 2% tornado risk over here remains the same. However, as of the midday update, the SPC has added a second 5% tornado risk area, which encompasses north central Kansas. Excuse me. So, yeah, but otherwise, the tornado threat remains largely the same. And the black dashed area here pretty much remains the same. The black dashed area is the highest potential for tornadoes of EF1 or stronger today. Alright, the black dashed area is the highest potential for tornadoes to reach or exceed EF1 today. Okay? Areas outside the black dashed area. Areas outside the black dashed area are mainly EF0s, but I can't entirely rule out an EF1 even outside the black dashed area. But the black dashed area has the highest potential for that. Alright? And as of the midday update, there is now no major population center in the black dashed area. Cities in the 5% tornado risk areas today include Greeley, Colorado, Salina, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas, Evans, Colorado, and Junction City, Kansas. And the 2% areas today include Denver, Colorado, Kansas City, Missouri, Aurora, Colorado, Overland Park, Kansas, and Kansas City, Kansas. Excuse me. Go to the wind threat here. What changed with that? So, as of the midday update, the wind threat remains largely the same, largely. However, as of the midday update, the SPC has added a 30% wind risk area. There is now a 30% chance of damage and wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today. That encompasses South Central Nebraska and parts of Kansas. The 15% wind risk remains the same, largely, and the 5% wind risk areas remain the same too, largely. However, over here, the SPC has expanded the 5% wind risk slightly to include more western Texas. So, and one of the main changes was to add a solid line area. Alright, the solid line area is where we have, that is a level 2 of 3. A level 2 of 3 on the wind intensity index. Alright? The solid line area is the highest potential for intense hurricane force wind gusts reaching or exceeding 85 miles per hour for thunderstorms today. Alright? The solid line area is the highest potential for intense hurricane force wind gusts to reach or exceed 85 miles per hour today. alright, and thunderstorms, alright? And there's a black dashed area that surrounds it. So, the black dashed is the highest potential for hurricane force wind gusts to reach or exceed 74 miles per hour today, alright? The black dashed area is level 1 of 3 on the wind, alright? Again, highest potential for, I can't eliminate the chance to have 85 plus mile per hour gusts outside the black dashed area. Or excuse me, I can't entirely rule out 85 plus mile per hour gusts in the black dashed area either, but I think the highest potential for the 85 plus mile per hour gusts will be within the solid line area, alright? So the only city listed in the solid line area is Salina, Kansas, alright? So, the black dashed area today includes Kansas City, Missouri, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, Topeka, Kansas, and Olathe, Kansas. The 30% today includes Topeka, Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, Salina, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas, and Emporia, Kansas. The 15% includes Denver, Colorado, Kansas City, Missouri, Aurora, Colorado, Overland Park, Kansas, and Kansas City, Kansas. And the 5% includes Colorado Springs, Colorado, Wichita, Kansas, St. Louis, Missouri, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Lubbock, Texas. Going to the hail throw, see if that changed with that. Really no major change with the hail risk either. Alright, for a large part, the hail risk remains the same. The 15% hail risk remains largely the same. The 5% remains the same too, largely, and so does the black dashed area. Except for some minor expansions, okay? But there is now a solid line area in east central Colorado. The solid line area is the highest potential for giant hail of 3.5 inches in diameter today, or larger, alright? The solid line area is the highest on the hail intensity index, alright? The solid line area is the highest potential for giant hail of 3.5 inches in diameter today, or larger. The black dash is the highest potential for 2-inch hail. Areas outside the circled areas are largely inch to 1.5 inches in diameter. Alright? There is no major population center in the solid line area. Cities in the black dash include Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Thornton, Colorado, Westminster, Colorado, and Highlands Ranch, Colorado. The 15% today includes Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Lakewood, Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado, and Thornton, Colorado. And the 5% includes Kansas City, Missouri, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Wichita, Kansas, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Overland Park, Kansas. So, in summary, severe thunderstorms potentially capable of large to giant hail and a couple of tornadoes are possible over the plains of eastern Colorado. Scattered to numerous severe thunderstorms are possible farther east over northern Kansas late this afternoon through the late evening. Severe gusts ranging from 60 to 100 miles per hour are possible, along with the risk for a couple of tornadoes. So, that's your day one update. So, stay safe and infect our race today and tonight. Stay safe and infect our race today and tonight, no matter what risk you're in. And I will have my day 2 severe weather outlook very soon. Take care.